What is going on, everyone? At the date of me recording this video, there's a lot of really great deals going on. However, all of these VSTs are something that I would pay full price for just because I like them so much. And no, this is not a sponsored video. I'm just going off of which VSTs that I personally use and enjoy using the most. So let's get into it. All right, the first plugin we have is Keyscape. I've had Keyscape for years and I still love it. I've tried a bunch of different other piano VSTs, but this, in my opinion, is the best one for like real sounding pianos. Cool effects you can put on them. It's relatively super easy to use and there's tons of different sounds. So next on the list we have Analog Lab, and I'm sure you've seen it. If you don't have it, 100% definitely go and get this one. There's a lot of really awesome sounds, and if you can manage and spend like the extra money, I would check out the Arturia collection, as it has like all the different virtual synths within it, and you can really manipulate and make really cool sounds like using them. And there's just a really wide selection of different types of sounds, as you can see right here. Next on the list we have Serum. It's an advanced wavetable synthesizer, and it's really great for sound design. Especially you can create anything from like keys, leads, all the way to 808s, clap, snares, etc. It's a super versatile plugin. I used it a lot to create the sounds for my new drum kit. And then it also comes with a lot of like cool presets. I wouldn't say they're the best presets by any means, but if you learn a little bit about sound design, it could be a really powerful tool. All right, so next on the list, we have Arcade. And some people don't like Arcade. Some people think it's cheating. Personally, I think it's just a great way to enhance any of your beats. Basically, what Arcade does essentially is, at least originally, it was more of like a sampling tool. So it would chop up like different samples of whether it be like vocals, guitars, ensembles, etc. Now they've added a new function called note kits, so you can actually like play different sounds as notes, which is really cool. Super powerful plugin. Definitely would recommend it. I use it on a ton of my beats. No! Why is this happening? I don't have anything else open. All right, so next on the list is Pigments, and Pigments is a really awesome synthesizer. Similar to Serum, it's really great for sound design. There's also a lot of really great presets. Personally, I think the presets within here are better than Serum. Now, not all of the plugins I listed are like super cheap or anything like that. They're just the ones that I feel are the best. However, if you don't have a ton of money, but you still want, good sounds to kind of enhance your beats, then definitely check out my one-shot kits and my past like 20 tutorials or so. It's all I've been using to kind of cook up my melodies. And to be honest, like the plugins are great, but you're probably only gonna use about like 10% of the sounds anyways. Whereas my one-shot kits, I just kind of filled it with sounds that you actually need. Speeds up your workflow. No CPU issues either if you don't have like a super fast computer. So definitely feel free to check out my, past like 15 or 20 videos. You don't have to watch them all, and see if it's something that you might be interested in. But yeah, let's get on to the effects. So the first effect that I really like, and I just recently purchased this, but it's quickly become something that I use in pretty much every beat as of recently. Thermal by Output, and it's like a distortion plugin. It's got a super simple interface. It's great for using on your drums, your melodies, etc. You can really use it on anything. Although you can go kind of under the hood essentially and kind of edit different things over here. Usually I just keep it right here and you kind of just move this around for different effects. One thing that you can use it on that's really nice is your 808s. So like a minor thing, but you can also do tons of other stuff with it. The next plugin I really like is another kind of distortion plugin, and that is Decapitator. This is also really great for making things kind of cut through your mix, especially drums. The interface is overall pretty easy to use. There's a bunch of different presets and stuff like that as well. But here, let me show you what it can do. Alright, so next on the list we have Portal, which is also by Output, and it's just a granular effect, and there's tons of really cool presets similar to Thermal for a variety of different instruments. You can go under the hood, of course, and kind of mess with things. But here's an example of me using it on a sample that I created using my one-shot kit. This is the sample I created without any Portal on it. move it around. Alright, so next plugin I really like is RC20. I've been using this for years now, and it's really good for getting like a more vintage sound for your samples. Just use it. So a lot of really cool different presets on here that you can kind of go through as well. Next plugin I really like is just FabFilter Pro Q3. And whatever DAW you have, it probably has an EQ, but this is just really visually nice and easy to use. So for example, if I just play the sample, I can see exactly like an outline of where the sound is kind of coming through, which makes it helpful for kind of shaping it. And there's also a lot of cool presets as well. Etc. I wouldn't actually use the bass preset on here, but you know, you could if you wanted to. Next plugin I like, this is also maybe a little bit more well known as well, but I really like VahallaVintageVerb. It's just very easy to use interface. There's a bunch of different options for presets. You can do colors by year, and it just sounds really cool. Next we have my favorite like stereo imaging software, and that is the S1 Imager Stereo. And what this does is it just, you know, pushes your sound out that direction. You can also push it so it's like this, like that, and let me just show you what it does. But it's super simple interface. There's not really presets on here. I guess there's a couple, but I don't use any of them. And you're really gonna notice a difference if you're using headphones right now. So next plugin we've got is Halftime, which is just great. If you haven't gotten Halftime yet at this point, what are you doing? Honestly, it's so good for messing with different samples and stuff like that, and it just sounds really awesome. For example, let's say you have something like this. I really like playing with the looping rate. The next effect plugin that I really like is just this SSL Compressor. I put this on a lot of my master chains to kind of like glue the mix together. It's a really simple, easy to use design. There's like an analog setting, so you can kind of get more of an analog sound. This is without the compressor. Now with it. So it just makes everything, you know, kind of pushed together, makes the drum sound a little bit fuller, just overall improves your mix a lot. And then last but not least, and this is kind of like another like suite of products, and that would be Ozone Pro 9. And this is just a great plug-in to like master your songs. They have a setting called Master Assistant where you can basically just highlight the loudest part of your song, and it'll give some recommendations on how you should be mixing your sound. Again, you're gonna have to go in and tweak this stuff, but if you need something to like help you mix and master, it's a really great tool. It's also like visually like very easy to use, and yeah, just an overall great plugin. But thank you guys for watching. You know, go spend some money, and I will see you soon. Peace.